Today I want to do a couscous salad with you. Pairs up amazingly if you're doing a meze sort of dinner or lunch, or got friends over, or just the family. It's a great one. It cooks really quickly, so if you're trying to feed the kids quick, or you want to get your husband something that's not store-bought, it's really quick. They're so small, so they cook super quickly. And the way I did this recipe, which we used to do for work when we used to do salads at the factory, is I separate the couscous and the water and flavor the water so that when the couscous is soaking it in, it gathers that flavor. So I've got 400 grams of couscous here. I've used quite a big bowl for it because it's still going to get the water in it and it's going to absorb it all in. So and it's 1:1. So if you've got 400 grams of couscous, you're going to use 400 grams of boiling water. I put some soup stock in. You can use any stock, powdered stock. It's just to give it a bit of flavor. You could put salt if you don't have any. It's not that it doesn't do anything specific, but I do love a bit of soup stock, I have to admit. And what else I'm putting in here is tomato paste, which gives it color. So the couscous is actually going to become pink because you put colored water into it and it's going to absorb in that water. So it's about 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, 2.5, and you're giving it a mix in the boiling water. So the soup stock is breaking up, the tomato is giving it color. It doesn't give it a huge amount of taste, so don't worry about it being tomato flavored. It's not going to. You're going to put a lot of other stuff into the salad itself and the roasted vegetables. So the combination of everything just goes deliciously together. And people think you're a genius because you've made this all look so great on a big platter. This is going to reference the roasted vegetables that we've made in some other videos, which I always said you should make a lot of because you can use them for different things. This is one of those things that you can split the veg up, use it for a puff pastry pie, use it for this salad. Delicious. And you can serve it warm, you can serve it cold. Cold is delicious. Kids love it, even though it's got vegetables in it. I'm going to make a bit of a noise for a second. That's all done. Right, I'm pouring it into the couscous. And I'm going to give it a stir. So it's just and you'll see it'll absorb it in almost instantly. And then you want to just leave it for a few minutes just to soak up the hot water and the tomato yumminess. While we're waiting for the couscous to soak in all the yummy deliciousness, I'm going to just show you the dressing, my favorite bowl, the chickpea soaking bowls. I'll show you what I'm putting in, and I'm going to reference my recipe because if you think I can remember it. So it's about 100 mils of oil. Now it does seem like a lot, and especially because you're looking at a little bowl of couscous here, you think, that's a lot of oil. But actually it's not, because we're going to still bulk up this couscous with all the vegetables that are going to be added to it. So don't stress about that. About 100 mils of oil. It's 2.5 tablespoons of lemon juice. Yes, it is. There's a teaspoon of chili powder in here. Now, there is 2.5 teaspoons of salt, which I'm throwing in. Don't be scared of salt. A little bit of pepper, 1/4 teaspoon or something to that effect. I use coarse. You can use any pepper. And of course, our favorite, cumin, 3.5 teaspoons. So we're all about the med. Cumin's going to go in, 3.5 teaspoonfuls. Which is going to make it really just give that slight Mediterranean feel. So the couscous has been standing and soaking in all that water with the tomato puree and the soup stock, and it's just about done. You can see it's pretty hot. Not as hot as I would have thought. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just put it in here, and we want to try and break it up so that it's flaky. And you can see what I meant by the dryness. It's not completely dry, but there's no water around. It is now all just couscous, which is now soaked in the yummy deliciousness and is that like reddish pink color from the tomato. And I think that's just yum. What we want to do is just mix it in with the dressing. But you don't have to stir too much because you're still going to add the roasted veg to it. We're leaving that now. When the roasted vegetables are ready, I'm going to add them to this and show you a lovely platter that I would put out if a whole bunch of friends are coming on a platter. So I am just going to spoon these into our yummy, delicious couscous. We're going to give that a really good mix, but just fold. Just careful not to break everything up. But look how beautiful that color is. And there's loads of colors in there. So you've got aubergines, you've got courgettes are green, they're yellow and red, and orange peppers, red onions. Don't take the skin off the aubergine, because look how the little pops of black look really great against the red. So we've given this couscous salad a super mix, and now just about presentation. If it's for home, put it on a plate, feed the kids, perfect. But if you're having guests over, dead easy, just make it look a little bit prettier. So I would put it in a lovely white platter for the simple reason that the colors pop really well on this dish. The vegetables pop out, the couscous's color pops out, and I would just put it out like that, if you can see it. Sprinkle a few of our beautiful falafels around, because they give it a nice bit of body, and it just makes it look like it's just I'm using sweet potato falafels here, but the quinoa ones go amazingly. And if I'm putting it out, I'm not polite enough to decant dips, because everyone knows I make them, and so they're expecting it to be mine. They know I haven't made them at home, but I would absolutely put out some baba ganoush with this. The aubergine matches with the aubergine in there. The tahina that the baba ganoush has in it is nutty and just really complements all of this. Obviously a lovely bread, and you've got yourself a great meal, and it's super quick, really, really, really delicious. But why not? Do you know what I mean? Why not just use fresh vegetables, use up everything you got in the fridge? Delicious. Delicious as a party, delicious for just some friends coming over, delicious as an outside lunch, just delicious, and keeps in the fridge brilliantly.